Hi everyone, it's Brett here from Metropole. Well, are you considering entering the property market and already have a fear of missing out? It's been a remarkable turnaround from just 12 months ago. This time last year, we're all heading into lockdown around the country with news our property prices could fall up to 40 or 50%. Then there was the potential crisis looming as stimulus measures and mortgage holidays come to an end. And thankfully, most of us has got through this period unscathed. But there's now a very different headline taking centre stage. It's now a property boom in the headlines, with predictions of up to 20% over the next few years, and 2021 has started with some serious momentum. So much so that experts are now predicting we could see the fastest rise in house prices in more than 17 years. It all continues to build momentum and people continue to miss out on properties, and it leads to one of the most common mistakes we see from both investors and home buyers. They start to compromise, and it's a very dangerous time to compromise at the moment and lower your expectations, because people who have been selling properties and trying to sell properties for a long time but have had no success because they've been in outer areas or on main roads or train lines or flooded areas are now flooding the market. And they're starting to get a match. They're starting to get their properties sold because people are compromising. So they're starting to look and compromise on things like the location, where they're buying, what they're buying in those types of locations. They're avoiding due diligence and putting offers forward without building and pest inspections or finance clauses. They're not checking zoning, they're not checking flooding, they're ignoring major repairs and defects just to get into the market, or they're considering entering markets that aren't as popular, like off the plan or house and land. So it's a very, very dangerous time, and my advice would be do not compromise. Sure, you may need to compromise on location, but don't get into secondary locations. Don't buy in flood areas or main roads. I'd prefer to buy slightly further out, but still in the best pockets and the best locations, than buying a secondary location in that preferred suburb. And it's going to be very, very difficult moving forward. I'd also suggest getting as much due diligence done up front. It's okay to go in without those kinds of clauses if you've done your work up front. Maybe ask for a building and pest inspection if there's one. Maybe understand where the flooding is. Maybe understand where the zoning is going to be. Maybe there's some other things you can do up front so you can make your offer really clear and concise. Make sure you've got a pre-approval in place. You're not just risking it and going forward. Do not compromise on defects and stuff that you do know nothing about, particularly with those repairs that do not add value. It costs you a fortune, and do not consider secondary locations. I'd also strongly consider hiring a professional, and rise of the buyer's agent starting to come now as people start to miss out on more and more properties. Sure, there's that perceived value and making it very smooth and process and finding those on-market and off-market and pre-market opportunities that you may have missed out on. But I'd also suggest you're paying them for another reason. You are paying them not to compromise with your wealth and with your success with your property search. They're not going to compromise. They're going to have a range of options and a range of measures that are still going to deliver the result. It may take a little bit longer, but they will get the job done. We've had huge success with clients in recent times purchasing off market, making those types of considerations and changing plan if we need to, rather than making considerations and accepting less. It's going to cost you a great deal in the long run as both a homeowner and an investor. So my advice for this week is do not compromise. Stay the course, but make some adjustments if required and work with a professional. Thanks for watching.